could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, your check is I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession, all in his possession. You got their attention, I'll leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep on this evening. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions in the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off, I'ma break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft, you can change lives, you create thoughts. Never waste time, you got one shot, you got one life. Better pop off, what do you like? Make a dream job, no 9-5, no mean boss. Just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep on this evening. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. Try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, your check is I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession, all in his possession. You got their attention, I'll leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep on this evening. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions in the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off, I'ma break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft, you can change lives, you create thoughts. Never waste time, you got one shot, you got one life. Better pop off, what do you like? Make a dream job, no 9-5, no mean boss. Just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep on this evening. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. Easy, you don't wanna be fast asleep on this evening. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions in the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off, I'ma break off from the do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5, no mean boss. Just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep, only scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me.
Hey, what's going on? Zen Jones representing for the Gray Pill Podcast. Well, we already know everything's not black and white, but there's always gray in the middle. So I have a special guest. All right. So I know everybody's all about the Beyoncés and the Jay-Z's and the Cardi B's and all this good one. But I think this might be another hit wonder. Definitely keep your eye on this individual in the future. I see him, and I've been a lot of spaces on YouTube, which I try to explain to people. There's more than one space in YouTube. I know a lot of people like to circle jerk and stand in their little lane and rah-rah and stuff like that in the chat. But there's one particular gentleman, I saw him on Robbie Privilege, and I didn't know of him that well. We had a conversation dealing with a certain topic. And I kind of gravitated to him a little bit after that point. He welcomed me in on his fold where he did a 2-day holding it down marathon stream called The Purge. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I was trying to understand it, asking a lot of questions. The fact that he was a good dude, and we pretty much work with the same YouTuber, Robbie Privilege. I said, sure, why not? I'll help you out. And it was a marathon. Slept all day. Stayed up all night, slept again, stayed up all night again, and helped this man hold it down. And it was a great show for 2 days, and it was very successful. So I asked him if he wanted to come on and have an interview. So because I figured nobody else didn't, right? Let's figure out who's the man behind the plan. So we're gonna introduce him.
Salute. What up, Grey Pill?
What's going on, Auntie, man? What's going on with you?
Chilling, man. Chilling. Thanks for having me up, man. Appreciate it.
Anytime. Yeah. Now, I wanted to do your thing because I thought about it. But I was like, nah, that's your niche. Because I wanted to do the whole, let me do the wall, let me do the purge, sound, and let you come on in, talk your smack, and bring out. Like, nah, that's you. Yeah. Nobody can't be Auntie.
Yeah. No, I tried to only sound the horn either for that event or if I'm promoting that event. That's the only time I sound the horn. I even have a totally different brand set up just for that event. So the color scheme on my channel is even different. When I'm not doing that.
All right, so that's unique. So getting right into it. So tell me about Auntie. Let me know, or let the viewers know, what made you decide to just start a YouTube channel, and what kind of we'll start with that, and we'll kind of weed into the weeds of the purge. Did you want me to start off wanted to be the purge, or you just?
No, absolutely not. My plan really wasn't even to come here and start a channel. I came in like a lot of other people did. I got a hold of some just basic channels, information, and this was a few years ago, and then. I didn't even interact with people. I didn't know that you could really interact with people. When I would see live streams, I would just scroll past them. Mm-hmm. So, there were really only maybe 3 channels, that I kind of watched, and I still just watched, pre-recorded videos. And then when I just, I started doing some more research, of course, with the Kevin Samuels boom, more things started popping up in my algorithm. So I caught a few live streams, started commenting in the chat box, got invited on a couple of panels, came up on a few panels, and then I was actually urged by some people that I was on panels with to start a channel. And I'm like, oh well, I don't have equipment, I don't have subscribers, I don't have this, I don't have that, and they were like, man, just do it, do it. So I spent a lot of time at a few other people's channels. Around different spaces, and I tried to do like co-ed spaces pretty much. I didn't want to sit there and talk about women all day and there were no women around, and I damn sure wasn't going to sit there and bash men all day. You know what I'm saying? And I don't agree with this. So and they weren't trying to let me be in there even for debates or anything.
So you
I kind of just
So you mean to tell me 3 years ago when we started, they were still talking about women then, like they're doing now?
Yeah, well, no, I came in here. This is my second year right here. This is I'm on my second year right now. But yeah, that's pretty much all they were doing. That's
Okay.
what seems to bring in the views, the clicks, the likes, and everything. So I always kind of had tried to have like a balanced perspective because I understand that people are people.
Yeah.
There are some women that are messed up. There are some dudes that are messed up, and then there are some people that are just messed up depending on who they're dealing with at the time.
Okay.
So it is what it is. But I tried to, come in with a co-ed channel. I had originally deemed my channel a pro communication channel because I felt like that was the issue. When I listened to both sides, it was that people just didn't really know how to communicate. It seemed like everybody was saying the same thing, but yet they thought they were so different. And I'm like,
Mm.
the women are saying the same things the dudes are saying. You know,
Okay.
the divestors are saying the same thing that the passport dudes are saying. I mean, it was what it was. So I was like, maybe if you guys just talked about it, maybe y'all will realize you have a lot more in common.
I think me and you have been in the same space, but somehow we just never connected. Because I've been in the investor spaces, I've been the all the different pill spaces, the quote unquote the manosphere, the black manosphere, and I'll watch and listen and I'll engage. So from that point on, so when did you decide to, hey, let me start doing my own? Was it originally anti channel?
Oh yeah, that has always been the name of it. Believe it or not, the name Auntie, it's actually a typo. It's a typo, and I ran with it.
I
Yeah,
like
I
it.
had a
I even put the title. I put a little ant, and I put the T, and I actually tagged your name. So I was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool."
Nah, yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Nah, it was supposed to be because I was originally going to do if I was going to do a channel, it was going to be a poker channel where I
Okay.
kind of just blogged from me playing cards, going up and down, South Florida, playing that circuit, and when I set up the email address, it was supposed to be Auntie,
Oh,
Annie
okay, okay, okay.
that you put in, and it just came out as Auntie. I just said it in the phone, whatever, and it came up as Auntie. So I just left it like that. I was like, that's cool.
That's pretty cool. It's a little clickbaity too. That's like the Gray Pill podcast because I got the little logos and pills. I hop into space, and in my mind is, the gray pill, black and white, the gray area. But some people like, what ideology are you is? Is the pill? Like, what's going on? I'm like, no, idea, no little clicks, no nothing, just me. So, all right. So how do we come down to the purge? You had your 3 years. You wanted to do
Oof.
the poker. You was panel hopping, learning the game as they say, and the purge was gave birth.
Yeah, whoa. If I had to start from the beginning, I mean, look, I've been very, compared to a lot of other people that I've seen just trying to grow channels and do things on YouTube, I've been very fortunate with the people that I've come in contact with and been able to work with. Originally, I started, dealing with a group of people that I don't necessarily deal with anymore, but I'm thankful for all of the work that they put in and they
Mhm.
helped me to grow and everything. I had originally had, a young woman as my co-host that was, she was just awesome. She had a great energy, and there were a lot of people that came through, gravitated, and then of course when we had a falling out, you know how YouTube is. It's a
Yeah.
back and forth, roast war, beef, whatever. So I was kind of at a crossroads of whether or not I was just going to rebrand the channel or kind of just keep going the way that in the direction that I was going, and I chose to keep going in the same direction. Everything was on an upward trajectory. So hell, about this same exact time last year, the idea for the event, the Purge, just came to me. I saw so much just beefing and bickering and BS, and what I noticed is that all of these channels that I would go to, some of the beef I knew about, some of it I didn't because it predated me, but people were still talking about it. And I'm like, damn, you're telling me to like, share, and subscribe. So if I share this with people that don't know who you are and you get new subs, they're going to come in here and hear you talking about this other person that they don't know. They're not going to know what's going on. So how about this? For the end of the year, let's just do something where everybody can just address each other in one spot. I didn't do it to make money. I didn't think it was going to be huge or anything like that. I didn't think I was going to triple my subscriber count just just off of that event alone.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just something that happened. Is when I announced it, everybody loved the idea, and I'm like, damn, Now I can't back out. So I was like, I got to do it. I got to do it. And I decided to go, balls to the wall with it. So, I'm going to be thankful for everybody that helped me out with it. The first few people that helped me with it, which is L. Nixon, the voice of reason, and PC Beautifully Animated. Those were the only co-hosts that I had for the first event. I kept it very, very close to the chest, and it was inspired by just different streams that I saw. I saw Bomb Cherry doing 72-hour marathon streams.
Wow.
I heard about the Sunday Rumbles that they were doing on various channels. I know Reg the Bad Guy has a Sunday Rumble. I remember when they had the Coliseum with BGS and all of them. I remember all of that. So I was like, if there's a way that I could combine all of that, damn a Rumble, let's do a Purge. That's it. And that word just came, and I was like, it's cool because it's the Purge, so I can theme it. We get a few overlays, whatever. And the idea for the horn was Sir Ism. So like I said, I've been really fortunate with that. As soon as I announced it, I had James Keels, Books for Moses, did promotions, and Baller X just started sharing it and stuff like that. And everybody showed up. So I mean it when I say it. That is definitely the Spaces event. It requires the space to carry it, and they did carry it. Every time I do it, they come through in droves, and they enjoy it. So I'm glad for that.
I definitely noticed that too, because one, I want to say, I was more a fan, but just I came across this one particular person just of the just following the tail end of conversation, and she was like a little bit a tea for me with the Fresh and Fit and Albert and Priest beef. That was shout out to Jessica X. And then I kind of like watched that a little bit until that well ran dry. And I say, hey, here I am doing my own thing. What I love about the Purge is, from what you're saying, just the name alone and how you describe it, it's pretty much like it's self accountability slash solution based, because the way you hold it, it's like, hey, because I hear most people try to even either attempt to bring your name up in the chat or attempt to bring your name up on a panel, and you'll just pop up like, hey, no. He's a grown man. He's a grown woman. That's between you two. I'm just here just to do the bells and whistles, and here's are the rules.
Yeah, I'm just the host of the event. Absolutely. Now, when I did the first one, I knew there were some people that I had, of course, I had the falling out with, some ex-supporters and, co-hosts and stuff like that. I purposely went around the space and made sure I tried to squash all of that, so that way I could promote that event as a neutral place where people didn't have to worry about the host taking this person's side or taking that person's side or whatever. So, people came through, and like, I know the first one was organic. I think this last one was organic too. It can get, this is one of the reasons why I chose not to give out like cash prizes or gifts or anything, because I didn't want people to just come up there and start roasting each other for the hell of it.
Yeah.
If you got beef and it's been building up or whatever, feel free to address somebody. And I knew it had to be 48 hours long at minimum. So that way, if you address somebody, look, we all know how we get links. People share them on IG. They share them in the Discord. They text each other links. Somebody says something about you, you're going to hear about it, and you'll have plenty of time to address people.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't expect anybody to be there with me. Even you were co-hosting with me. I don't expect even a co-host to be up there with me for the whole 48 hours, because I ain't going to be up there the whole damn 48 hours. I'm going to step away for a little bit. Yeah. But you're going to hear about it, and when you do, you got the whole floor. Yeah.
One thing I like about it also, because you're mentioning just the energy and authenticity, because the last 2 days off and on, what I kept seeing consistently over and over again, even though you didn't ask, you didn't want it, but people still support you. And that was the one thing I admired about you yourself and just your platform. Because people don't understand that, especially in most spaces, I would see people, we'll talk about the wrenches, because I thought that was a unique thing that you do. Most people actually charge people for their wrenches. And I'm like, why would you do that? I'll see another space where they were actually charged to, let's say, me and you is going odds, but somehow the chat favor you over me. They'll pay a certain amount of money just to kick the person they don't like off for a certain amount of time. I'm like, why would you do that? Like, I didn't understand like the concept how most people channels would start out, but yet they'll throw money at the host of the show just to, hey, get rid of this person, time him out, kick him off, and whatever. So with you, it's very interesting that it kept it authentic. You still was you, and it thrived. So I definitely appreciate that. Now, the wrenches. What's the, because again, I have to say this because a lot of people got their own rules when they do things. So, what is up with the wrenches? Because and this is how I see it. When I see a whole bunch of blues, for anybody in the replay or in the chat who don't understand what a wrench holder is, it's the basic rule is one way. But when you actually have that significant of power as a wrench holder in the chat, it can be a little bit damaging for the other person who don't. So for me coming into a new space and I see a whole bunch of wrench holders, I kind of get nervous like, wow. And then during that time of the purge for the 2 days back to back, you decided at the start of the purge, decide, hey, you know what? I'm going to just take them all off and give them to selected people. So if you don't mind explaining that.
Oh, absolutely. All right. So in my channel, which everybody knows, this was an idea that I got from two people. I got it from Bullet Scotty. I got it from Danini. Everybody gets a wrench. I always promoted my spot as a neutral spot. I understood that I had divestors coming over. I had manosphere people coming over. I had neutral people coming over. I had passport dudes coming over. I had black sector. I had B sector. I had a bunch of different people that were coming over. So rather than just the first few people that came over, giving them wrenches and letting them time people out because they don't like them, I just gave everybody a wrench, not to give everybody power, but to negate everybody's power. So that way, when you see that you're timed out or you're hidden, you know who did it to you. This guy right here. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't worry. It's going to come up that, hey, the host or the moderator times you out. It wasn't the moderator. It was the host. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I was originally told that if I wanted it to be a safe space does not mean that everybody hears what they want to hear and nobody gets their feelings hurt. A safe space means everybody has a voice. Yeah. So the easiest way to make sure that everybody has a voice is to not silence anybody, unless you're just being totally disrespectful to the channel or the host. But for the most part, everybody's got a voice. So I could either take everybody's wrench, but then I got to mod up the channel, or I can just give everybody a wrench. So when I see you come through enough times, or I see you, in the chat engaging, I just give you a wrench. I can take it away pretty easily. It's not a problem. But I thought that was a cool thing for the purge because I knew once I was promoting it, there were going to be new people that were going to come through. So rather than them see, and of course I didn't have as many subs as I have now when I did the first one, but rather than people see 100, 150 people with wrenches, and then they're the only ones that don't have one, I've decided to take 95% of wrenches away to make sure that I had mods. And believe it or not, that's the toughest thing for me with that event is deciding who keeps the wrench and who doesn't. Because for an event like that, because the chat box is popping, people are cussing, they're doing all types of stuff. They're typing cuss words, they're beefing with each other, and you've seen it. They're going back and forth in the chat, they're going back and forth in the panel, they're cussing people out on the panel, people on the panel are cussing people out in the chat. It can get wild. So I figured, moderating that event is more of a burden than it is, like a privilege. And granted, there are some people that hit me up. They're like, can I please keep my wrench for this? I'm like, look, if you really want it, it's cool. But I made sure that some people kept wrenches because I trusted them to be totally neutral. I knew that no matter what, they would mod the channel just as I would. They wouldn't time people out just because they said something that they didn't want to hear. There were other people that got wrenches that I knew would just be in the clouds. That they would be in the clouds, but I could trust them to moderate from the clouds. And those people know who they are. And then there were other people that got wrenches because they were larger content creators and people like to come in with fake accounts with their names on them. So they keep wrenches so that I know that that's actually them.
That's another one too. I noticed that in another space. Shout out to Brett and the Canadian side because he said that one time. He's like, I know it's you. I know it's not you because you don't have a blue wrench. And I just started laughing. I was like, you're the fake ones. He's like, I know now. I was like, wow, that's crazy. You can't trust nobody in these spaces no more.
It's just but I mean, for that event, when I'm not allowing you to time anybody out. Unless somebody is literally saying someone's government name in the chat, like there's really no other reason to time anybody out. So like you can't time anybody out, you can't hide anybody.
Yeah.
So the only reason why you really have the wrench for that event is to drop the links to the panelists, drop my Cash App link, remind people to like the video and share it. That's really the only reason why you have it. That's why I say I mostly just wanted some people to have, like a lot of people, to just be able to have fun, because I know a lot of people take moderating very, very seriously when you give them a wrench. So some of those people, I even took their wrenches because I'm like, just have fun with this one. Yeah. Talk all of the noise that you want in the chat, usually around the fourth leg of that, because I break it down into 4 12-hour streams.
Correct.
Usually around the fourth leg, I start just giving them back to everybody.
Correct. It's another phase of that too. I don't know if you noticed this, but I have, where even though people's coming in just for the solution basis, just like, hey, I just want to air my grievous whack with you, like they got real beef with you. But at the same time, I actually saw maybe the third or fourth leg of it, the fourth quarter, where people were just coming on just to roast, just for the shits and giggles, just for the fun. It felt like a roasting show that I would see on MTV or BET Awards. People sit you up there to have a little, let me go down the line, talk crap about you, and everybody was having fun with it. So I don't know if you ever noticed that. Have you?
Yeah. Absolutely. This is actually, it's really the one that you just saw. That was Purge. I call it 3.5 because we had one in the middle, after like Kevin died, and it was just a lot of stuff going on in the space. So I was like, hey, let's get to something different. So I did like a 17-hour Purge. It was only supposed to be 12 hours, and they wanted an encore, so we did another 5. But yeah, this is the third one. And usually by the time we hit the fourth quarter, people done lost their voices. They're roasted out, and the last 3-4 hours into it, everybody's just up there laughing, joking, holding hands, singing Kumbaya. It's not even any beef. It's not any beef, and that was really the purpose, though. That was the purpose, was for everybody to be able to look. Let's address beef. Let's establish beef. If you don't know, I got an issue with you. Hey, now. Here's my issue. Here's what it is. And if somebody's been coming at you, you can address them, but also you can squash beef too. If people want to come up and talk it out, I will not stop you. So I get it. A lot of people are like, oh, Ant-Man, you're just promoting a bunch of effery. You know what I'm saying? That's it. I'm like, look, people are allowed to just talk it out, which that's one thing I am proud of about the last event. I think that probably happened like 3 or 4 times. Yeah. And people just talked it out, which usually doesn't happen at all.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen at all. People just turn their mics all the way up and start yelling at each other. But I'm like, you are allowed to squash that beef. It's no problem. If you talk it out, I'm not going to stop you. But the main thing is, let's not bring it into the new year. But most importantly, if you do get addressed, or you do have all of these issues that you've been every other stream, or every stream that you do, you've been talking about this person, or you've been talking about that person, or whatever.
Yeah.
Come Monday morning, we don't want to hear a word.
Yeah.
We don't want to hear anything you have to say, because you had the chance to address this person and air it out in neutral space where nobody was going to stop you. So if you didn't show up and you still got something to say on Monday, we know you're full of it.
Yeah.
We know that you don't want a solution. You want to keep it going.
Fair enough. Now, with all your viewers and everything that's supporting Auntie and the Purge, so why do you think the viewers liked you and still like you now?
Woo! Bro, I have no clue. No, I'm not gonna say I have no clue. I mean, I'll be honest now. I've tried to be the real me. I've just tried to be the real me, no matter what. I don't fake it. If I come up here, because I'm 95 out of 100 times, if I stream, I'm in my home, like I'm chilling. I'm in the comfort of my own home. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see me dressed, I just left work, you know what I'm saying? Last work day of the year. But usually, I'm in sweats, I'm chilling, I'm relaxed. I got a beer, I got a drink, whatever. So if I get on a drunk rant or something like that, y'all hear it. If I cuss somebody out and I don't like the way I handled it, you guys hear it. You know? And if somebody says like, damn, man, you shouldn't have said that, I'm like, you know what? I probably shouldn't have said that. I'll apologize, because I'm live. 97% of my streams are all live streams. I really don't pre-record or upload videos or do shorts, because I know that I can't fake the live button. I can't fake it at all. If I'm live and I'm live for enough hours, eventually I can only fake who I am but so long.
True.
The real me will come out along with everybody else. So
I'm
I
glad you
think.
said, yeah, I'm glad you said it too, because empathy, integrity, just being authentic, that's like a key element that I see with you and your channel. Even though, like, I tell people all the time, like, you can do maybe an hour or so, but different topics, different platforms, and you on a live platform, you're going to slip out. You cannot not help that. And then when people start seeing that mask drop off, so it's like you might as well just be you 24/7. Because if you try to fake it, and then somebody see that it's a consistent bunch of lies, inconsistencies, buffooneries, just lies, period, of you, then it's like, I can't rock with this person no more. Then it's like he's done. He's demonized forever. He or she. Um, Now, moving forward with the purge, because like I said, I think it's very successful, and this is my hopes for you. I'm sure your fans and your viewers will feel the same way. uh, Moving forward, do you see any expectations of it?
Oh, I have plenty of expectations for it. I'm trying to do my best to make sure that's not the only thing that I'm synonymous with. So I'd like to thank everybody that's come to. Because I haven't been doing many live streams over the last few months. I've been busy working, and I kind of just wanted to plan the end of the year. But everybody that that comes through for all of the other streams that I do when I try to have a decent conversation, I want to thank everybody for that. People that catch the replays and stuff, because I can bring a lot more than just streams with people arguing and fussing and roasting each other. So, but as far as the purge is concerned, no, that's an event that's kind of, it doesn't even need me really to sustain anymore. So what we're going to try to do is grow it. We're going to try to bring it to different sectors. We're going to try to bring it to different sectors. Eventually, the end game and goal would be to 1 year from today, we can manage to have an entire purge weekend where you see multiple purges going on over the course of the weekend, and then come Sunday, they all end up in one spot.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. uh Coming up then and now, because I know you had, you shared about the good and the bad. Do you have like your top three content creators? You can say it's Gray Pill Podcast, but I know you don't have to buy it, so you can leave the Gray Pill Podcast out of it. But do you have like a top three that you say, I can always come back and and watch their content over and over again?
Yeah, I mean, look, somebody who doesn't even do streams anymore, it was all pre-recorded content, was Chronicles of Judah 144. That was originally the first person I listened to in the space. So great content. Like, I look forward to whenever he would upload a bunch of videos, the connection that he had with his audience. That was something that I was really, really big on that. And then he was one of the three, and then the Angry Man was the second one that
Oh,
I
really?
listened to consistently. Yeah, so that was kind of weird. Yeah, that was pretty weird. 2 years later, 3 years later, like I'm on a panel with Angry Man, after, just seeing his videos from the car and stuff like that. So, and then he's popping up on my channel, giving me advice and things like that. And bro, I've gotten so much advice from so many different people. But as far as like favorite content creators, yeah, I would have to give that one to Chronicles of Judah 144. And I have so much respect for so many different content creators for
Yeah,
so many different things that they offer. It's you know what I'm saying? I mean, I couldn't even begin to even answer that. Everybody just brings so much more. So I try to take a little bit from everybody and then put whatever I can into it too.
I agree. Because when I came up, I remember I was at 38 subs, and the audio was bad. The energy was great, but I at least had to have the two. I at least had to have the video great or the audio, but the audio had to be perfect. And then I'm thinking I'm triple checking, double checking everything else, and the next thing you know, the audio was just trash. And I say, "Dag, I messed up. Screw it. Oh well." And I just let it upload. So anybody who want to see that, you could go. I think it was called not Hunches. I was about to say Hunter season. What's that old saying when in wintertime, when the guys try to hook up, shack up with the women? I forgot what it is, but if anybody more than welcome to check out early.
Puffin season.
Yeah, cuffing season. There you go. So I did it was like a 2 hour or so episode of cuffing season. A lot of high energy, great conversation. Grabbing phones, calling other random people.
Hawaii got it. Hawaii got
Yeah,
it.
I
Cuffin
appreciate
season.
you. And then next thing you know, I was like uploading on Spotify, and I'm just listening to like the audio was so bad, so bad.
Mhm.
And then I got the idea for the next year, which I think I just lost the nerve to do it. I might do it like this year. Just go out in the field and start interviewing people, see how they take it, see what they think about cuffing season. So, but that might be the next one for me.
Mhm.
So between YouTube then and now, how do you, and experiences you got? So what do you think about YouTube so far? Like, you still love it?
My experience with YouTube, bro,
Yeah.
dog. I thank my lucky stars every day for two things. Like, I'm thankful. Number one, I still have a damn channel every day with the stuff that YouTube's let me get away with. Seriously, I'm like, whoa. I get up and I check those emails and I'm like, okay, now let me log in from the account and see if it's still there. That's one thing. But number two, like, I've been very, very fortunate. For the most part, my YouTube experience has been very, very positive. The people that I've come in contact with, the people I've worked with, even the people I've fallen out with. I don't think
Wow.
that I've even fallen out with people that I can't sit and have a conversation with now. I don't really think it's anything personal. The people that I work with now, I couldn't ask for a better team of people to work with. Yourself, Raw B Privilege, L Nixon, the voice of reason. Just about everybody you see in your chat right now, like everybody, even the people that just hit me up and give me advice. I mean, I couldn't even begin to mention everybody. From shit. From Sir Ism to Platinum, like it's so many different people that are giving me advice, and then there are people that are giving me snippets, little tidbits of information,
Yeah.
and they might have just been talking, but it's something that just worked. It helped, it
Yeah.
helped a great deal,
I definitely agree with that too, because on my end it was just for me it took like 2 years to think of what I want to do to channel, what kind of niche, like all that stuff. And then I overthinked it, and I was like, okay, let's go with it. And then as stuff start progressing, same thing like you said, either you take advice from other people, even though they didn't directly give it to you, and then you'll take some other advice that people do give to you. You might not take this is me. You might not take all of it, but it'd be like, yo, that's that good nugget. Because it was something is one content creator, lead attorney. I'll hear him talk, and then 2, 3 people will always like, hey, go to check him out, or hey, have you checked out his Patreon, or have you checked out his whatever. And maybe just a hint of cockiness for myself, but I was like, it can't be something I already know for me to pay this much money for. So I'll sit and wait. And then at the same time, like, hey, if I pay this money and I know at least 80% or 75% of already know paying this, I'm gonna be very upset. So I actually appreciate just the bumps down the road, or me hopping on panels, or me just in the backstage talking to other people, because I think like that right there, especially if they're actually talking about business, because you got just some suckers just talk to be talking. But if they actually just talk about content and the value of it, it adds value for me. So those are people I gravitate to, and it holds a lot of weight, a lot of weight.
absolutely. And I know, I see April Carter was like, don't forget peace, love, peace, love. We work together as far as the collective is concerned. I know I work specifically, close with Raw B Privilege and L Nixon for the Purge, and the collective is something else. I cannot forget about that entire team, which is myself, Peace Love, L Nixon, and Raw B Privilege. That's the core four of that. And of course, we have our allies, our affiliates, our audience as well. So yeah, it's definitely it's an entire team. Like, when we talk about the Purge, if we're still talking about that, like, that cannot be done. That is an entire team effort. That's a team effort. I cannot do that by myself, or I probably could, but it wouldn't come out the way it did.
So even so, you think you have like a more bigger stance as far as team goes, or you just like, hey, you know what? Right now, I'm happy with what I got. As far as moving forward with the direction with the Purge.
No, I mean, with the Purge, what I've noticed is it is very important to keep something like that very close to the chest,
Yeah,
as far as your plans for promoting it,
yeah,
because there's a lot of work that has to be put into the promotion, and a lot that those are things that people don't necessarily notice, and it's cool because they're not supposed to. I really want them to just enjoy the show,
hmm
but it's just like a commercial on television. It makes you want to go buy Hershey Kisses or Tide Pods to wash your clothes with. You might not remember the commercial, but you'll still go buy this stuff. So just with the different types of promotion, whether I'm doing an announcement party or people are plugging it or whatever, that's what I mean. I couldn't even mention everybody that's helped me, whether directly or indirectly with that. from Raw B and L Nixon doing the edits and helping me to co-host everything, and then the intro from Sexy Red and the promotion from Baller X 2.0 and Hennywise, and just being able to plug it through other platforms, and then when people actually come and participate and give me more sound bites to promote the next one with, like and give those memorable moments, because you can't like win the Purge MVP or even be honorable mention or even get onto a poll without spending some time up there, and running the gauntlet. So I give a shout out to even all four of my Purge MVPs that came through. Bomb Cherry, the Angry Man, Mother Earth, and Lady La 2.0, and then all runners up. That ended up on, from Beach to James Keels to Jessica X to Miss Mona. So many people. Bullets Gotti, like, bro, so many people coming through. Rude, China White, like, bro, so David Johnson, the asshole, like, bro, so many people just make sure they always come through and they support me no matter what I'm going through, no matter who I'm going through it with, they still come through and they support me, my platform, the event. Even if they tell me to go F myself, they still come through and they support my event. So I appreciate it.
Yes. Speaking of that, shout out to April. She says, that was my very first purse, and let me say, everyone had me clutching the invisible damn pearls. Yeah. So speaking of, because this is from my first experience when I was helping you hosting behind the scenes. So how many purges has it been so far?
3.5. I mean, if you want to say it's four.
Yeah, okay.
It was something that at first it was originally supposed to just be once a year. That was all. It was supposed to be once a year. And I think that's what made the first one so memorable and so epic. And with that one, I mean, I know everybody likes when you sound the horn, and everybody gets their intro and stuff like that. But that one, I didn't even sound the horn for the intros. I just brought people up on the panel, and when it popped off, that's when I dropped everybody down. So it was, but it was so epic because it was organic. That stuff had been festering and building up for years. So it was people that had real legitimate beef and smoke with each other. And then sometimes it would just pop off with whoever the hell was up there for whatever reason. But yeah, and then it's, 3 months later, it was like, they were like, look, man, we need to, I think I was doing a stream one night and I was like 6 or 7 hours into it. And, people just started hitting the damn panel and cussing each other out, and the numbers fucking flew up, and people are like, yo, we need to do another purge. You need to do another purge. And I type in the chat, I'm like, y'all want to do another purge? They're like, yeah. I was like, cool, another purge in a week.
Oh, wow.
And we did it, and the spring break purge was great. Like, it was something that was awesome. So I didn't want the novelty to wear off, and that's from my background in sales, marketing, club promotion, bartending. I know that if you're gonna give like free alcohol or ladies in free all night, something like that, that'll get people in the door, but you can't do it every night.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't do it every night. You can only do it every once in a while. So it's something that people have to look forward to. So as much as I would like to do a purge every week, believe it or not, no, I can't.
Yeah.
Or every month or whatever. I can't.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree with that. It'll lose its je ne sais quoi, over time. So I definitely appreciate that. So now for your first one, again, it's like for me, I mentioned the hiccups with the audio. Sometimes it was the shout out to you, Don. All my information is in the links, man, and anything else you see here. So appreciate y'all guys. If y'all love anything you've seen in previous content, even right now with the conversation we're having, you're more than welcome. The Cash App's right here. All the links is in the description too. So thank you. So Marcus, if you're there in the other admin, if you don't mind just dropping all the information for the Great Pill Podcast, and also definitely keep dropping Auntie's link too, so everybody know where they can find them. So if they got some issues, take it over there. Don't bring it to me. Definitely don't bring it to me.
Yeah, it's pretty much just at TS Purge, and also please sub to the collective, at the Collective Takeover. That is a brand new channel. We are definitely like a lot of content coming to you in the new year, for that,
Okay, definitely appreciate that. Now, so with all the hiccups I had over my my experiences with because nobody know this is actually my second. The first is a gaming. I can care less about that. It just I'll do stuff, and if sub come or whatever. But with this one, I put same like you, the blood, sweat, and tears into it, meeting very interesting people, whether you like them, hate them, or whatever, and then come around. You look back, you're like, okay, I learned from this mistake. I made a mistake, something I can't come back from, something I can't come back from. So do you remember a lot of hiccups? Like, what was your more memorable hiccups? You just like, I effed up, or you know what? That sucks for your first purge, or you just everything just went smoothly.
Yeah. No, bro, there were no hiccups for the purge. The purge went pretty smooth because it's not supposed to go smooth. Like I tell everybody when they ask me about it. Like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I was extremely nervous before the first one because I didn't know if anybody was going to show up to it. I didn't know if it was just going to be me up there just talking, or people were actually going to show up and do it. I'm like, damn, man, I promised 48 hours. So am I going to be up here talking to myself, for 48 hours? I don't know. But whew, as soon as I think I might have been up there talking for like 20 minutes or so, and then people started, one person clicked the link, then somebody else clicked the link, then somebody else clicked the link, then somebody else clicked the link, and then the show carried itself. So, as far as hiccups with that are concerned, I don't really think there were any real hiccups with it, and that's one of the reasons why I don't really deviate from the original formula too much. There are going to be some, like, there was probably a lot of opportunities to have some hiccups in this last one because there were a few new things that I wanted to incorporate into it. From trying to do the second channel with the second panel open, trying to get the graphics, the OBS, graphics and super chat, donation alerts and things like that. And I ended up just scrapping that because I either didn't have the equipment or I wasn't proficient enough with it. So I said, whatever, we'll get that right for the next one, but for now, we're just going to go back to the formula that works.
Okay. Did you have a team for the first one too, or it was like?
Yeah, but the team was it was small. It was myself, El Nixon, and PC beautifully animated.
Okay, I appreciate that, man. All right. So if anybody in the chat, y'all got any questions, comments, complaints, or beef, just for shits and giggles, bring it to this guy here. So again, if y'all have any questions about just understanding the purge. Again, he don't mind answering any questions. If you just have anything, just YouTube questions, Auntie can definitely help you out for the experiences that he learned. Bring it up in the chat, and we'll be happy to answer any questions about YouTube, the wrench holders, because I think that's what one of the things I was going to do for tomorrow. So if anybody didn't know, tomorrow is going to be a 1K celebration for the Grey Pill podcast. So I don't know if you ever heard this in space too, Auntie. You hit 1K twice. so so I'm very proud of that. I hit 1K the first time. It dropped. I got some great advice between Robbie and some other content creators out there, in a hierarchy. And I was like, I kind of felt defeated for a day. And I was like, screw it, get back on that horse again and keep and giddy up. And now I'm back at 1K for the second time. So it is what it is. So celebration.
Well, no, the easiest way to hit 1K is to just hit 2K. I think you'll be all right.
Yeah.
And then after that you'll hit 4 or 5K. That's why I said, don't get me wrong. It's a different situation. I know with when I hit mine, we had the option to lock and hide, our sub counts. So, mine was hidden, and this was just to kind of avoid different types of haters and stuff like that on YouTube. That was some advice that a larger content creator had given me. They said, I think I might have had between 200 and 300 subs at the time, but I had people that were coming on my panel that were known content creators. So when people would see the thumbnail preview, they were coming through. Like you got 100 people in your chat, but you only have 300 subs. Like it's weird. So they said hide your sub count because people are going to come for your channel. They're going to flag you for different reasons. They're going to do things. So I said it's cool. So I kind of put my sub count on stealth. So when I hit the 1,000, nobody really knew. If you weren't like really close to me, you didn't know. It was just one day I popped up and that's it. The super chat button was there.
That's
That was
cool.
it.
That's cool because you pretty much already had everything then, so it is what it is.
Yeah.
So okay, we understand about your rules engagement with the wrench holders. We understand, and I love that because you're actually everybody don't have it, but the fact that you actually have the background in marketing, you definitely got the gift for gab. Very witty with the wordplay because like I said, I listen to you. So back in my heyday, I might could keep up with you, but you're very clever, very witty with it. Um, do you feel like you want to add anything more to your talents, or you just feel like, hey, this is just what it is now, or
Oh,
and,
no, there's always so much more that I can add. Of course, we want to increase. I would love to increase the network and start working with more people. As far as my talents are concerned, I would definitely like to be a little more well versed in just the technical aspect of things. The edits, the graphics, the you know alerts, and just things that are going on with just the visual aspect of things, that because it's weird to have to either ask somebody to make me a thumbnail or edit a video or a commercial. It'd be nice if I could go up there and do that stuff myself. So those are things that that's my New Year's resolution, is to become a lot more proficient with that.
I agree. Same here, definitely here, because there's always room to grow. I don't care what it is. And two is your baby, so why not learn everything about
Yeah,
it? Why
yeah.
not learn everything about it? All right, so I think we cover a lot, man. But I do want to say this because it is turning the new year. I'm glad that you're doing what you're doing because I try to express my concern that there's so many different sectors and spaces for YouTube. There's always room to grow and eat. Um, you don't need to be in one place. You're more than free to roam all over. Hell, if you just want to talk about plants all day, trust me, there's plants and cannabis and little random conversations. Um, but one thing I know for sure, there is no purge like the anti-purge. I
Yeah.
have
It,
seen.
it is the official YT Purge. The
Yes.
official YT Purge. That's the official name of it, because the Purge is like not mine. That's some movie that was made by Hollywood. But yeah, but yeah. So I call it the official YT Purge. I don't know if I won the award. There was supposed to be some Black Manosphere BEMA awards last year. I got to check on that. But
Yeah.
the first Purge was nominated for a series of the year. It was nominated for Series of the Year, along with I think 4 other ones.
Oh, good stuff.
Mm.
All right. Definitely keep me posted on that one. I don't mind clipping that.
No,
Just
I'm
to,
pretty. Yeah, it's time for it's almost time for the new one. So I don't know. I'm pretty sure everybody voted. Um, but yeah, that was cool. I was kind of proud of that, but just being nominated, because I didn't think anybody even saw it.
okay.
I didn't think anybody even saw it, other than the small space that we were in. But people were using words like epic and legendary and genius, and I'm like, wow,
That's
that's
good.
pretty cool. Yeah.
I get random emails and DMs like, "Hey, do a good job." It's like, "Thank you, thank you." So when's your next scheduled purge? If you don't mind, I'm asking for the viewers out there so they can check you out.
I'd like to do. Well, the purge it's not scheduled, but um, I would like to do it spring break, Easter time. Around that time, because it's something that we're gonna do seasonal. We'll do it seasonally, but that's it. It's no scheduled date for it or anything like that. So it could be a week after spring break, could be Easter weekend, could be a week before. I don't know for sure. And to be honest, it may be on my channel. It may be at some other sector, some other content creators channel. I don't know, but that is, the plan is I'd like the brand to be able to move around before. It's going to get knocked off anyway. I knew that. I knew people were going to try to, knock off the event if it worked, and it did. So multiple people have tried to knock it off. So I'm not surprised about that. But I just want everybody to know, if I'm not involved, it's not the purge. Just so you know, doesn't have to
Yeah.
be on my channel, but I do at least have to be involved with it.
Well, I'm definitely gonna give you a kudos. Again, this is you. So anybody who haven't, definitely check out Anti on the Purge. Some might think it's just chaotic, but it really does have a formula to the madness. I promise you, it's due. Even the last version of the Purge, where I felt like it was very comical, people just came there just to do the positive, if there is a such thing, positive, polite roasting. Everybody laughed at each other. Everybody, bonded. Everybody was real cool with each other. You can see the other stuff like Auntie was saying earlier in the first phases, second phases, even the first one he did, where people had generally issues with each other. Hey, some people actually squashed it and said, hey, you know what? It's not that serious. We all got to figure it out. Hey, there you go. Heck, if you even just want to spend some time to say, you know what, let me kill some time for 7-11 hours. Let me turn this bad boy on. Let me just hear it while I'm cooking, grilling, and just hear the shenanigans in my ear. You might got that crazy uncle. That might be a little bit relatable. You got that crazy auntie, uncle, or grandma just doing stuff. And there you go. It might be a New York moment. It might be a California moment. That's what I'm getting a lot of elements here. So definitely check out Auntie. Definitely support the channel.
And you can see Bronzebird's in your chat now, man. He is, you know what I'm saying, awesome. He was there for the first Purge. You know what I'm saying? Probably, I think he might have pulled up in the first stream. Like, there might not be a single leg of the Purge that Bronzebird didn't pull up for, for all of the events. So that's somebody who's been there from day one, seeing that kind of grow. And then when I announced this, like, everybody's like, oh, shit, let's do it. Let's do it. Like, people get excited about it, and I'm glad for that. I am.
Okay. All right, so we're about to wrap it up. So again, I appreciate, even if you came late. So this is a great content creator because I come over her. She's does tarot card reading. She's about the positive vibes and the energies. For the shout to ladies about that energy. It's fine if you came late. If you just coming in, definitely hit the subscribe button. If you feel like you want to check out Auntie's channel and you about the madness or about the conversation, definitely about the solution, because that's what again about the intent. The intent was solution. Neutral grounds, attentions, and solutions. So if you're about that, definitely check it over there to see how actually people really interact. Because again, if you're really for it, trust and believe, go over there. Definitely go over there. If you're not, zip your mouth, stop talking, because you don't know. Just for announcements, and we're gonna close out. Let Auntie give his final thoughts and everything else. Tomorrow, I'm gonna say between either 6 p.m. or 8 p.m. For myself, I'm gonna do an all-nighter, Auntie. Salute to you. We're gonna have a 1K Gray Pill podcast celebration. I will do all the taggings for the ones I can remember in the Instagram, all that stuff. So I would take time out for that. If I can't remember anybody, hit the notification bell. So tomorrow between 6 and 8, we're gonna go all night. You're more than welcome to jump on the panel, talk. I'm gonna have random topics. If not, we're gonna listen to music, all that good stuff. So support the Gray Pill Podcast. The ones who already been here from the beginning. Shout out Poppy Blanco. Shout out to my mods, Marcus. Shout out to everybody who came in from the beginning and just helped, gave encouragement, gave a lot of knowledge and tips just with the channel. I greatly appreciate y'all. So who else your boy who could hit 1K twice? Nobody. Nobody. So I definitely appreciate that. So tomorrow, Gray Pill Podcast between 6 and 8. We're gonna start out and we're gonna go all night long until the next day. So I appreciate your guys. So and that man, real talk. I think you're gonna do big things. I'm gonna give it 5 years, 10 years. I'm not gonna say 10 years. 2 to 5 years from now, I see you doing somewhere else. I see you might be doing on New Jumper. I see you being on other podcasts, they're going to see this like, you know what, this is something I want to either emulate or this, I just want to bring this brother on and just say, you know what, make my show a hit like you did yours, because I can see that going global. So thank you again for just allowing me to have the interview with you. So when these mofos go back and I'm putting these future expectations on it, they're like, you know what, Gray Pill did that. So I appreciate you giving me the opportunity. So any last words you want to bring up, we'll let you go.
I appreciate you giving me asking me to come on, and then allowing me to explain a little bit of what's going on. I hope I was able to give a pretty decent explanation, and that's just the way I feel. I didn't expect the Purge to be my signature event. I didn't expect to have a signature event. It was just an idea that came about. I announced it. It worked. So now it's my signature event. I do believe that every content creator, everybody on YouTube should have their own signature event, even if it's a a damn birthday party. You know what I'm saying? If it's a milestone celebration, whatever it is, I think that we should all be challenging each other to be more creative as content creators. Even if there's very little that we can do that's going to be new, but can we put a new spin on it? Can we just deliver something that our audience, our supporters deserve? Do we have to give them the same old thing over and over again and just not even repackage it, just the same thing? So look, that is what it is. Let's just do our best, put the best effort that we can, put our best foot forward, and just give our subscribers, our supporters, our audience, something that they can appreciate.
Big facts. So again, thank you again for coming on through. Hey guys, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification. 1K celebration tomorrow. Hey, if you want to check out about what's going on shenanigans with Andrew Tate, I left links and stuff on the uploaded video that just hit. Okay, all the news articles from that country, and then some, even a lawyer that's talking about. So they're going to have a nice little breakdown. Okay, so it's not about the women femininity group trying to have, men is not under attack, women are gunning at them. It definitely wasn't about no pizza box. So definitely check that content out. I appreciate you guys. So thank you.
Can I get a